I really want to react to Project L. I really want to react to Project L. Okay. Yeah, let's watch this. I'm so excited. Let's watch some Project L stuff. I'm super, real quick, before I even get into it, I'm super excited for the Project L stuff because I actually love fighting games. And even if I'm not the best at fighting games, I really, really love to play fighting games with like my friends. They're fun to play when you drink at parties, etc. On top of that, you know, they kind of left us hanging, right? They showed us 10 frames of it forever ago, and then out of nowhere, they were like, hey, by the way, we're still working on it. So let's check it out. I'll obviously be pausing to give my 2 cents, but let's check it out. I'm so stoked.
Hey everyone, I'm Tom, executive producer at Project L. And I'm Tony, Project L's technical lead.
Are they related?
That we're building a fighting game here at Riot.
And that was the screens that we saw before. Albeit, it looks a little bit jank there. There you go. This, okay. I saw screenshots of the new Project L, and don't get me wrong, I like how the new Project L looks. But I liked this a little bit more. I'll be honest. I liked this art style a little bit more because the new one feels a lot like any like Blaze Blue game, Guilty Gear, Dragon Ball Z. It looks very cel shaded, and I've seen a lot of it. I'm not saying that it's bad. I've just seen a lot of it. Seeing a fighting game that looked like this, like actual like 3D, even though it's in a 2D world, it seemed very
brief glimpse of gameplay and said we'd be going dark for a while.
Another thing I saw there, real quick.
A fighting game here.
Check this out. Right here,
showed you a brief glimpse of gameplay.
There's the cool little adjusted camera angle drag down stuff with apprehend. That looks cool. Maybe they're going for clarity. They're definitely going for clarity. On top of that, cel shaded is just a good style for fighting games. Let's be honest. I'm not complaining. It's good anyway.
In this quick update, we'll walk you through our high-level approach when it comes to core gameplay, character design, and netcode. But first, allow me to reintroduce Project L.
Nice. Reintroduce it. Right there. Right there. You see that? Right there. It's a very cel-shaded-esque game. It looks good. I like the new art style. The art style looks good. Also, isn't Echo supposed to be 16? He doesn't look 16 anymore. He looks like a grown-ass man. Something that I'm excited to see them do, because obviously the game's not out yet, is I want to see it voiced and I want to see if the characters' mouths move. They probably won't, because that sounds like a fucking pain in the ass to do. But right now, seeing them awkwardly smack each other, it kind of gives me Nintendo All-Stars Battle Royale, or Nickelodeon All-Stars Battle Royale vibes, where it's just bombs and explosions, and the sound of fists getting smacked by weapons. It looks super good, though. It looks amazing. I like this art style. Now, this is something that I understand why they did it. I completely get why they did it. And what I mean by that is like they transformed the game into an assist-based fighting game, right? And I get it. I get it. Assist-based fighting games is like a pseudo way to make the game a lot deeper. It's 2v2s, if I recall correctly. But the only problem with assist fighters that has always worried me is if you guys remember all the assist fighters that exists, balancing in those games is a fucking nightmare. It's a fucking nightmare. All it takes is for two characters to synergize a little bit too much, and it's just over. You guys remember Vegeta when Dragon Ball FighterZ came out? And he just had like that hail of ki blasts, and it was just like, you can't pick anyone but Vegeta? Like, I don't think this game is going to succumb to that, especially because it's Riot Games and they're going to be consistently updating it. So if anything ever gets out of hand, they'll very quickly patch it. And I'm excited to see a deep fighting game that is consistently getting patched and updated and new content added to it all the time. But yeah, that's the only worry I have. All it takes is for one assist to be OP, and then it just fucking destroys the game. But Jesus Christ, it looks so good. She does the dash mechanic and it makes her look like Ari. How are they so good at making the characters exactly like they are in the main game? How are they so good at it? It's fucking insane. Who wants to bet that Jinx is going to be a piece of shit to go against, by the way?
Project L will be an assist-based fighter. You'll build and pilot a team of 2 different champs.
2 different champs. Games that I could think of that I personally played with 2 different champs would be Mortal Kombat 9, Tatsunoko vs. Capcom, and Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. When you do 2 different champs, it really depends on how they go about doing it. But I know that there are tag-in combos that they're very obviously trying to do, and I'm wondering if they're going to do the thing that Tatsunoko did, where you could tag someone in and then tag yourself back in. Probably not, because, like, why? I feel like that kind of ruins the neutral of the game, but who knows?
We feel like this is the right foundation to build a game that rewards strategic team building and on-the-fly decision-making on top.
Dude, that Echo after image thing has to be the dopest shit I've ever seen.
Strong.
It's so fucking cool. It's so cool, that after image thing. It's so sick.
Our goal is to build a game that delivers a fast-paced, dynamic combat fantasy while leaving plenty of room for you to be creative and express yourself in gameplay.
That, what is it? He jumped up and did a mix-up over her head. That shit looks like it's going to be annoying. I'll be honest, because he was going for the, he was doing for the cross-up, right? Look right here.
For you to be
Look at this.
creative and express yourself in.
That right there is just such a painful cross-up, isn't it? Isn't it? Because I can imagine that would be an overhead. I don't know how the game works yet. Maybe there isn't overheads or anything. So you just have to block in the right direction, and if Darius just jumps a little bit better, then he could just hit you from behind with that. Ooh, gonna be rough.
Like a lot of you out there, we're inspired by the insane outplays, hard reads, and 200 IQ plays behind some of the most iconic moments in fighting game history. The dream for us is to deliver a game that allows you to create new iconic moments for many years to come.
I think out of everything I've seen so far in this trailer, like my favorite thing by far is just how different the characters look. Like by far, that looks like the best thing about this game. It looks so good how different the characters feel. Like the Echo has to deal with his after image. Ari has consistent aerial dashes. Darius is this big hulking man who can pull you towards him. It's so sick. It's
now
so
let's talk
sick.
about controls. I know that a lot of you have strong opinions about mechanical difficulty in fighting games.
Down S1, S1, A1.
We're embracing the easy to learn, hard to master mentality.
This is fucking fantastic. I don't know if you guys can see behind me. I can move myself up, but the moves are super easy to do. That's fucking fantastic. Good job. Good fucking job, Riot Games. Good job, Riot Games. I love that. I love that. Like Marvel vs. Capcom or Dragon Ball FighterZ, like that game is incredibly easy. Both of them are incredibly easy to play. Like you can learn full 3-man combos in like 10 minutes. But the thing is, they're hard to master because you have to start understanding frame data, and if you want to get into it, you can get into it. But this kind of playstyle where everything is oversimplified, like there's a special button and everything, it can just kind of meld together and be easy for you to do, it's just so much better for playing with friends. It's so much better for playing with friends. You know what I mean? It's so much better. Because then I could just load this up on my living room TV, friends come over and they could go against each other and they'll all feel like they're doing something cool without someone having to fucking practice all of the frame data, all the cross-ups, all of the fucking combos, etc., you know? That's cool. I love that. I 100% absolutely love that.
So yes, we are making it easier to jump in with a new character and learn their basic kit.
Good. Good.
That said, we absolutely believe in rewarding the time you spend going deep on a character and providing opportunities for you to showcase your high-end mastery. One of the delights of fighting games is seeing
the bounce off the wall. That is nasty and disrespectful. I love that shit.
This isn't about building a game where new players have a chance to be the pros. It's about unlocking the fun at all skill levels.
Good. 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 And that is a statement I completely agree with. It shouldn't be about making everybody good at the game. It should just be about making nobody useless at the game. That's great. That is great.
Character design, of course, plays a huge role in this. For characters, our goal is to deliver on the iconic moves that League champions are known for, but adapted to work in a fighting game.
Oh, they look so good, though.
Champions are known
they look so good. Oh my god. They look so good.
To have powerful
also, I just want to say something real quick. And this kind of has nothing to do with the fighting game, but I got to say, you guys, 100%, you have to agree with me. Is it just me, or does Ari look different in every single piece of content she's in? They make her look different in every single piece of content she's in. Every single piece of content that Ari is in, she looks different. She looks Asian sometimes. She looks like a white girl sometimes. She looks like an animal sometimes. She looks like a human sometimes. Right here, I'm going to be honest, Latina. Latina. 100%. Am I wrong? Be honest with me, chat. Am I wrong? Latina. Right? She looks like a Latina baddie. And I'll take it. You know what I mean? Fuck it. She looked good. She never looks bad. She just, you know what I mean? I hate that you're not wrong. I know. I know I'm not wrong. Okay? I know I'm not wrong. She looks Latina, and that's all right. Oh, Echo! Echo has had the best glow up out of any character I've ever seen. Let's be honest, he looked cool when he came out, and he was a cool character when he came out, but seeing him fleshed out in a much better way, oh, he's fantastic. He's fantastic. I love him so much more now. Oh, he's so sick. Like, I might main Echo again just because of this, just because of what they're doing with him.
The centerpiece of Echo's kit is his Chrono Strike. It's a forward-moving slash that's a pretty good poke and a combo ender. When Echo slashes with Chrono Strike, he generates an after image that he can rewind back to any time in the next few seconds of the match. You can use the rewind to double down on your first slash or make a different choice and branch into a high committal launcher.
Dude, this is so sick. It's so cool, bro. Like, you know, I'm gonna be honest. I've played a lot of fighting games before, and there's a lot of fighting games where characters just don't feel different. Zoners are zoners. Sure, they zone a little bit differently, but zoners are zoners. And then everyone tends to have similar or very similar abilities. Like, let's look at fucking Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Ken and Ryu. Yes, there were differences, but let's be honest, they played exactly the same. It's just what you got out of how you played them that changed things. But it's like, man, it's so cool that every single character looks like if you play them, you're going to have the capacity to style in a completely different way than the other characters. And another thing that like makes me further emphasize that point is, again, this game is going to have simplistic controls. So simplistic controls, but every character feels different. It sounds right now on paper too good to be true. I'll be honest. Like, it sounds way too good to be true. But if they can pull it off, that's fucking insane.
Echo works just fine as a mid-range zoner, but he really comes online when you take full advantage of the rewind ability. He can vary the timing of the rewind to mix up his opponent, but cover for assist attacks made by his teammates. And in the right hands, rewind can also be a strong combo extender.
That is sick, dude. I love... Now here's where I'm going to say like a bit of a hot take. I am excited, clearly. I'm very clearly excited for this fucking game. Duh. But I do worry, because if you guys have ever played Dragon Ball FighterZ, if you guys have ever played Marvel vs. Capcom, right, or Tatsunoko vs. Capcom, those games are all very touch of death. They're very, very, very touch of death. If you get hit once, put the controller down, wait 5 minutes, maybe you could play again. You know what I mean? Especially if you're going against people who all they do is practice not dropping combos. I hope that they implement something to keep this game from being like that, because being touch of death to every single time is kind of tilting. It's one of the main reasons why I stopped playing Marvel vs. Capcom 3, or even Marvel vs. Capcom 2 for that matter, because there's way too many touch of deaths. All it takes is one mess up and then the neutral's gone. It's just about them not dropping their combo. Get out of jail mechanic that every fighter has, I hope that they have one. I hope that they have a get out of jail free mechanic. I hope that they have a breaker for Mortal Kombat. You know what I mean? I like Echo's new hair.
And then there's timelines. Our approach is to give you a tool with a clear primary role with lots of potential for extra utility when you use it in the right.
Oh, you could fucking smack it?
A tool with a clear primary role with lots of potential for extra utility when you use.
That is so sick, man. That is so sick. Holy shit, that is high level. Oh my goodness.
Situation. While gameplay is obviously super important, high quality netcode is essential for any great fighting game.
This was going to be the thing that I talked about. Don't get me wrong. There are fighting games that have come out now that have insane netcode that's very good, etc., etc. But if Riot Games can hunker down and make an insanely good netcode for this fucking game, that'd be it. This would be a very, very, very big fighting game. Especially if Riot Games goes the route they have been with all their other fucking things and tries to make genuine, backed by Riot tournaments everywhere. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. It will be insane. It will literally change the FGC because there will be money in this if Riot Games backs it. This can very quickly become the fighting game with an insane prize pot. Like, you know, because, you know, we all know, like, FGC doesn't make as much money as other esports, let's be honest. Like, there are people getting signed to teams right now for, like, $4 million in League of Legends. You ain't ever heard of that for any FGC player. You know, it's just like there needs to be more money in the FGC. Void meme where he got, what did he get? He got $50, right? He got 7th in a tournament with, like, 2,000 people, and he got $50 for it. It's like, man. It's like, man, can we get a Riot racing game? Dude, I fucking don't doubt it, right? I 100% don't doubt it with all the shit the Forge has been making. No one's going to play any other fighting game when Project L comes out. I mean, I feel like it kind of depends on what they do to keep the game interesting. Let's be honest, like a big problem with a lot of fighting games in keeping the general populace interested is there not being enough to do. Yes, people who love the game and are diehards for the game are going to sit there in the lab and they're going to practice all day and they're going to be able to play it after work every single day. But if they don't do things like have random tournaments online, have events constantly to keep people's interest in it, release characters, etc., the game can very, very, very quickly fall out of favor. If Riot Games can just keep the hype going, that would be great. That would be great. I hope that they can just keep the game interesting. It doesn't even have to be like, I'm not saying make the game, add random game modes, haha, so wonky. No, I mean like just give a shit to watch. You know, I can watch, if there's a Melee tournament this weekend, I can sit down and watch that Melee tournament because I enjoy watching Melee. I don't fucking play Melee. They haven't patched Melee in 21 years. You know what I mean? But it's like, give us things to watch. Don't make it like one big tournament, 3 months later, one big tournament. No, like make real shit for this game. Honestly.
So this is an area where we're investing big. Netcode has been a top-of-mind topic in the FGC for the past year. For Project L, we've designed our entire networking stack to deliver the same highly responsive gameplay that you'd get playing offline. We've also developed a new networking model that enhances the benefits of rollback with core technology developed by other games at Riot. We'll route network traffic between players through Riot Direct, our internal network already being used to minimize latency in League of Legends and Valorant.
That, you know, like that is such good news. It's such good news. It's such good news.
We're also actively managing a player's connection to their opponent to ensure a consistent, fair play experience. If their connection is laggy or drops packets, their experience will suffer, but yours won't. And if someone rage quits in the middle of a match, our netcode will determine who should win and who should be penalized.
Oh my goodness. They have a lever buster and everything. Like, come on!
We're taking netplay very
so
seriously
good.
for Project L. It's the primary way that we playtest the game internally, and we're working every day to make sure it's in top shape for the eventual release.
That's the thing! That's the thing that's gonna be fucking breathtaking! That they are focusing on net play primarily. Like, how many times has a good fighting game come out and then you play it online and it sucks fucking dick? How many fucking times? Literally 9 times out of 10 that happens. 9 times out of 10. Like, it's just so good that they're making something so goddamn, so worth playing online. So good.
Thanks so much for your patience while we take our time to make sure that we get this right. So that's all for now. Last time we spoke, Project L went dark afterwards, but this time we'll do our best to keep in touch when we have major news to share.
That's sick. That's sick. Honestly, Project L is massive. It's so massive. I genuinely think that Project L is going to have the success that Valorant currently has. And when Valorant was coming out, I said it. Like, I was like, Valorant's going to be an insanely successful game. Riot Games has the backing to make things very, very, very good. And it's exciting to see them try to make something very, very, very good in different aspects besides freaking MOBAs. Valorant came out. Fantastic game. This fighting game is going to come out. I could already tell it's going to be fantastic. It's super exciting. Again, my only worry is, you know, assist-based games. We've all played them. Sometimes the balancing can be a nightmare. Sometimes it can be a nightmare. But as long as that doesn't happen, we're good. We're Gucci. I'm stoked for it. And I'll definitely be playing it when it comes out.